We are jumping back into the hot plate, hot pot of gumbo here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown, Alabama Magazine on a Monday. And man, we were going to discuss the thoughts that Nick Saban had with one Maria Taylor on our IG Live via ESPN, where Coach Saban talked about his idea to pitch the 14 preseason practices, the teachable moment type practices like the NFL does with OTAs. And I was going to give my thoughts on what would be the biggest positive from that, if should it happen, and who would be the 4 players, particularly freshmen, that would benefit the most from that. But we're going to save that one for Wednesday just due to Ryan Leaf. Ryan Leaf was on the Pat McAfee show today. It was on the Pat McAfee show a month ago. And Ryan Leaf, who was a college quarterback at Washington State in the 1998 NFL draft, I still can't believe people felt like it was pulling hairs between Ryan Leaf and Peyton Manning on who would be the best quarterback, on who would be the best player in that draft. Manning, the better collegiate career. Manning, the better NFL career. 2 Super Bowls, a Super Bowl MVP. Ryan Leaf, the biggest bust in the history of the NFL draft, only played 5 seasons. But Ryan Leaf comes out on the Pat McAfee show and did not even have Tua Tagovailoa as one of the 5 best quarterbacks in this draft. Are you kidding me? He literally had Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, Jacob Eason, and Cole McDonald of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. No Tua was in there. And his reason for this is he says that he does not see Tua transitioning well to the NFL game like a Burrow or a Herbert would, because of the fact that Tua had so many great talents at Alabama, and would he have those same type of talents in the NFL? Okay, Ryan Leaf. It is crazy how the biggest bust in NFL history, a guy that could not even complete 50% of his passes, completed 48%, not even half. Here's a guy that couldn't even throw for 5,000 passing yards. His touchdown to interception ratio was hot garbage. 40 touchdowns, 36 picks. He had a quarterback rating of 50. Here is somebody that did not even win a national championship at Washington State. He didn't even win the conference championship outright. He had to share the conference title, kind of like how all the guys have to share one girl. Shawty, I got Shawty on Monday. You can have her Tuesday. I'll take her back on Wednesday. I dish her to you on Thursday. But the whole weekend, she my girl. You know that whole thing. So that's how Ryan Leaf was. And of course he said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope he turns out to have a great career. But to sit there and say, I don't think Tua Tagovailoa will translate to the NFL game much like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert. And once again, I have no ill feelings towards none of those 2 guys, neither the 2 between Burrow and Herbert. But there's a risk anywhere you take it. You look at Burrow, which Burrow you getting? You look at Justin Herbert, sometimes he plays well, sometimes you're wondering where he is. Tua, by far, the best distributor, the best thrower, the best passer of the football, the best guy in giving your team a chance, an opportunity to win football games. And for me, I'm going to say this right here. It would be crazy if everybody listens to the quote-unquote experts and they push Tua out of a top 5 and they talk Tua out of a top 10. If they talk Tua out of a top 10 and the Atlanta Falcons are sitting at pick 16, Arthur Blank, Thomas Dimitroff, I'm speaking to y'all 2 right now. If Tua gets talked out of a top 5, which I don't see it happening, but if he gets talked out of a top 5, and if he gets talked out of a top 10, and you being the Atlanta Falcons sitting at pick 16, Dimitroff, Arthur Blank, I don't want to hear nothing from y'all, but we are taking Tua Tagovailoa with the 16th overall pick, because could you imagine, Bama Nation, Tua in Atlanta? Could you imagine Tua Tagovailoa throwing to Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley? I'm just saying. Could you imagine how fast that jersey would sell? Could you think just for a moment here how quickly the Falcons would finally get their Super Bowl if it drafts Tua? I don't care what those two have to do to get this done. Whether you have to trade a pick, a couple of picks, trade away Matt Ryan, I don't care. Find a way. If these folks are going to listen to these quote-unquote experts about Tua and talk him all the way down, Atlanta Falcons, find a way. Find a conceivable way to get your hands on Tua Tagovailoa and draft him to Atlanta. Bama Nation will be very glad that you did. But it's crazy. He made it work with 3 different offensive coordinators. Balled out. 87 touchdown passes against SEC defenses. He carved up the SEC. 11 picks. Only 11. Only 11. Even with the injuries, Tua was still going Super Saiyan like Goku in Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Z. Still going hard in the paint like Waka Flocka. Even with the injuries. Even with the injuries. And we're still seeing people go, I don't know about Tua. I don't know about Tua. I don't know about Tua. Folks in the top 10, top 5, you got the information. Do the right thing here. You want to know the best. So you want to have the best in Alabama football news, notes, and information, folks. You know where to find that. You go to the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. Very simple, easy to do. You download it from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you just happen to have the Android phone. We got the podcast here for you, whether it's iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Overcast.fm, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, iHeartRadio. We got you covered. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I will be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. But for now, I leave you with these things right here. And it's husbands, love your wives. Wives, value your husbands. Children, be sure to make sure that you are getting that homework done and finding ways to not be bored. Get those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith, and this is In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.